because Bernie is actually, I guess, making waves in the liberal side of Iowa, and he's gathering support. Now, you have to understand, Bernie, it came through my, because I have, on Facebook, I have some liberal friends. See, I accept everybody. I accept you for who you are. You can be a liberal nut job, but I accept you for who you are because you are still a child of God. You can be a liberal nut job all you want. I'm still going to try to defeat you at the ballot box. I'm still going to try to defeat you in the arena of ideas, but I accept you. It doesn't mean I have to accept your ideas and your stupidity, but I accept you. So Bernie, who happens to be more aligned with communism than even socialism, actually, is pulling Hillary more to the left because for some reason he's kind of making waves out there. Now, Bernie's out there talking about, well, we need to have affordable health care. I thought that's what we got with Obamacare. Hey, Bernie, if you didn't think that Obamacare was going to bring affordable health care to everybody, then why did you vote for it? Oh, by the way, there is a story out there today that talks about, because Obamacare was talking how it was going to now provide everybody the ability to have a primary care physician. They wouldn't go to the emergency room. They'd be going to their primary care physician first, and that would, prevent a lot of these expensive emergency room visits. It would prevent a lot of disease, and people catch things a lot earlier. Well, come to find out, that's not true. None of it. Emergency room visits are up. We're finding out that people are having to wait now to get certain diagnosis of certain diseases longer than they used to. And some of that stuff, just puts, some of that stuff is not really all that life-threatening, but it's painful. And people have to, and they have to wait, and it's kind of turning into Canada. By the way, I also heard another story that medical tourism in Canada is beginning to wane because we have Obamacare here. And the cash thing doesn't seem to work as well anymore because of Obamacare for hospitals and such. But I don't know if that's. I have to look into that. But that's what I'm hearing. That it's not because they're getting better care up in Canada. They're not. But Bernie Sanders is he's out there. Rolling Stone is saying, give him hell, Bernie. And they're all for it because Rolling Stone is a leftist type of magazine anyway. I know it's supposed to be about, peace, love, and understanding, that type of thing, born out of the 60s. But it's really a leftist, rag mag today. It really is. This is, Rolling Stone is like they put stuff out there without checking facts first. They'll write the story first, then they'll check the facts, and if it doesn't meet their need for bringing quote unquote awareness to a particular issue, then they'll retract it. But if the details of the story are wrong and they're proven wrong, as long as the story fulfills the need of bringing an awareness to a certain particular issue that they think is a problem, they'll stand by it. And the people who wrote it. But you see, it's wrong. The facts in it are wrong. So it makes the reporter wrong. It makes the story wrong. It makes the magazine wrong. But they don't care because all they have to do is shout, "We're right," because it's our intent that counts. And all for Bernie Sanders, all it is his intent. He wants people to have a better life, so he says. So it's his intent of wanting to improve people's lives, even though he wants to do it in a socialistic or communistic type of fashion, which we know is just going to end up making people miserable. Because, hell, anybody who was happy in the Soviet Union? No, they were trying to defect. I defect. I wish to defect to the West. China, Chinese people, if they could get into Hong Kong, they tried to defect from China too. Before China took Hong Kong back from the British. The Chinese people actually did not want that to happen because that was their escape. Where are they going to go now? There's no place for them to really escape, but escape too, and they can't do it easily. They can cross the tundra into Russia, into Nepal, or they can try to cross the China Sea into Japan or Taiwan. Where are they going to go to? North Korea or Vietnam or Thailand or something? Those places aren't really up and coming, but I guess maybe for some people in China they're better than in China. But this is what we have over here is we've got people like Bernie Sanders who want to turn us and make us look more like people over there, and those people over there want to come here. But Bernie Sanders wants to make our country more like there. I don't know, maybe the left really doesn't like immigration because they seem to want to, instead of wanting to improve people's lives here, and making this nation an even brighter shining beacon on a hill. No. They want to dim that light. Actually, turn the light off, chop down the hill, level the hill, and then make us more like those places over there that all these immigrants are coming from. So maybe if we're just like the places they're coming from, then they won't come here. Now there's a new theory. Maybe it's not that conservatives don't like immigrants and don't want immigration. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's a liberal Democrat because, hey, it's unfair that we're so advanced over much of the world out there. So what's better is, if we shouldn't be the only superpower on the planet. We should be more like the rest of the planet as far as military power and dominance is concerned. Well, our economy shouldn't be so huge and strong. It should be more like the rest of the world's economy. Instead of trying to bring up the rest of the world, it's much easier if we just bring ours down. So if we bring our economy down and our military down and everything else in this country down towards the level of some of these other countries, well, the people from those countries will have no need or reason to come here. Because all they have to do is think, well, geez, hey, no, man. No, your country is the same as mine here, Mexico, man. I don't need to. I'm not going to risk my life, man. Not going to risk it. Not going to risk it. No. So they're not going to come. So there you go. I think that the new theory should be that Democrats hate immigration. Other than the fact that they get enough illegals here that they can make them vote Democrat, which then they'll get everything. The Democrats will get everything they want, which means there'll be no more immigration. Think about that, all you illegals and people that are coming over here from those countries. The Democrats are trying to get you to vote to keep them in power, which will prevent the rest of your family from coming here because they will not see a need because the U.S. will be dragged down by a bunch of notches to match the lower rungs of the societies of this planet. So we won't be the shining beacon on a hill anymore. We'll be that ruined nation that's deep in the pit. And so there won't be any more immigration. There might be an exodus. Just think about that one. I mean, really, look at everything that the liberal left is doing. You got to say, well, there's got to be a little bit of credence to that theory. And even if there's a little bit, then you're going to find more. Because liberals, they'll do what they want, and they'll try to play you to make you thinking that they're doing something different. Kind of like Hillary. She says she's, according to a lawyer, that she's willing to testify to the Benghazi panel, but just once. Only once now. You're only gonna get me once. If I'm gonna testify, it's only gonna be once. Because I don't have to be within the administration. I am the administration. So she's offering to testify once, according to her lawyer, for Benghazi. Now, I don't know about you, but where does she get? Well, she's a liberal, so she thinks that she gets special privileges. Of course. But Hillary's willing to testify once before a special congressional panel investigating the 2012 attack on U.S. diplomatic facilities in Benghazi, Libya. Not twice, as the panel's chairman has asked, her lawyer said yesterday. Of course, the attack has hounded the former Secretary of State Clinton for years, and Republicans in charge of the House of Representatives investigative panel are digging deeper as she ramps up her bid for 2016 Democratic presidential nomination. And it wouldn't matter if she was running or not. They were still going to dig deeper because, we have this type of thing called the law, and we have these people that want to uphold the law. And you can't blame them for wanting to uphold the law. That is their job, after all, is to investigate these types of things and make sure that the law is upheld. Otherwise, what good is it? I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know what good it is if they're just gonna skirt the law. Then the law is no good. If these people are just going to make things up as they go along, then the law is no good. We're supposed to be a nation of laws, not a nation of men or crazy women. As it might, I don't know. I think there might, she might be a little off. People used to say that she's a brilliant woman. Hillary Clinton. She's brilliant, most smartest woman in the entire planet, man. She is brilliant. I don't think she's all that smart. Tell you the truth. Now, I don't think she's an idiot, other than her leftist views. But she's not the brightest bulb, in the Democrat Party. Man or woman, doesn't matter. She's not the brightest bulb there. But it's due to the fact that she's pretty much a phony. She's fake. I ain't no ways tired. I've come too far. And she thinks that was a rousing thing to play people that way and to try to fool them. Oh, look, people aren't fooled by that, Hillary. Come on, girl, you're gonna have to do better than that. Your Scooby trip. Nobody's buying into your Scooby stuff. Your Scooby van. You go into a Chipotle, you don't even tip people, and we're just supposed to sit back and expect that, everything is just wonderful with you. You know what's going on. You're American middle class's champion. That's what she said. But you know what? The middle class champion, they would go and testify to get to the truth at Benghazi. They would want the truth to be known, unless, of course, that truth was going to prove that you did something that you should not have done, or you failed at doing something. Quite simple. It's not difficult. Not in my book, it's not difficult. Not difficult to realize at all. But then again, she's a Clinton, and she thinks she gets special treatment. Well, folks, I'm out of time for tonight. We'll be back here tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel, so be here. Until then, tell all your friends about the show. We will see you then. Have a wonderful night, folks. I'm Rod Eccles. I'm out.